Alright, what's up guys? So it's a Saturday and Saturday is resume building day, right? So in the last class we learned how to write our name and our email address, telephone number. So I showed you a variety of templates, right? I hope you saw that video. If you didn't, please go and check out that video. Alright, in today's class we learn a very important section of your resume, which is skills and abilities. Now, before that, we will understand what is the difference between skills and abilities. Now, skill is something that you have an expertise acquired and for which you also have a professional degree or some sort of a certification which validates the fact that you are an expert in a particular field. All right. And what is an ability? Ability is something that you guys that belongs to you, your special talent, right? Or something which is unique to you, something for which you don't need a degree. It comes to you naturally, right? So I'll give you a few examples. It'll become very clear. And then I'll show you where you can put the skills and abilities section in the resume. So skills, for example, skills can be of many types. So technical skills can be, for example, if you're a software engineer, then software is a technical skill. If you are a programmer, then that's your technical skill. If you are a digital marketing specialist, that is your technical skill, for which you also have a certification or some kind of a education to prove that. And then if you are English language instructor, right? So I'll give you my example. Now I knew that communication is my strongest skill, right? But that also comes under your area of expertise, right? So because I loved communication, so I decided that I will pursue a graduate course in it, I will pursue a master's in it, and then I went on to pursue an MPhil in it and then a PhD, right? In addition to that, I also wanted to develop my skill to teach a variety of students, right? So I did certifications, I did TESOL. So TESOL is a certification in which you can teach students of other nationalities, and you show that you have the competence to teach students of other nationalities, right? So because I'm a non-native speaker, who's a non-native speaker? Whose first language is not English, right? For example, my first language is Hindi, right? So English is a second language for me, but I wanted to be an expert in that, so I did additional certification. So all these things will come under skills. Right, so you can be an engineer, you can be, product manager, you can be n number of things, whatever your area, you can be a chartered accountant, right? So whatever is your area of expertise in terms of education in which you have pursued education, so that is your skill. And if you think you're very organized, right, organization skills, or if you think that you are a very good problem solver, right, so you're a problem solving is your great skill. And if you think that, okay, if there is a lot of ruckus somewhere and you can easily resolve that problem and people are arguing, then you have the skill to calm everyone down, then that is your conflict management skill, right? So these are also very important soft skills. And then what is an ability? Ability is something, like I said, which comes naturally to you, for which you don't need any formal education, right? So creativity is an example of ability. It is not a skill, but it can be a skill because it's your natural ability, right? So creativity is then another can be memory. Some people have a very strong memory, right? Photographic memory, as we can say, that they can remember roads, they can remember, where they went, and they can take you there without a map. And if they visit a place, then they can, describe it as it is. That is called a very good, strong memory, elephant memory, right? That's like you can store a lot of things and you don't forget things easily. Some people are forgetful, but some people remember everything, as it is. So these are your natural abilities that you are born with, not something that you have learned or acquired, right? Which is why skills and abilities are very important, and you must put them in your resume. So think, what is it that makes you very special in terms of skills, and what is it that makes you special in terms of abilities? Okay, no, time management is not my strong ability, but yes, creativity, I'm very creative. I can think about a lot of I can think of very innovative solutions, very creative solutions to problems. कि ऐसे कर सकते हैं, we can do like this, we can do like this, right? Or maybe creativity is not your strong skill, ability. Maybe you have some other singing. Maybe singing is something that you're very good at. So if there is an HR function in your organization, then you can of course participate in that. So singing is a very good. Playing a musical instrument. Some people are self-taught, right? They don't learn from anywhere. They just learn on their own. They're able to do it. So playing a musical instrument is also an ability. Right? So now I hope you understand the difference between skills and abilities. Okay? So now the question comes, now here's the first template that you can see. The question comes, where should you put skills and abilities? Ideally, you can put your key skills area either on the left, as you can see in this template. Here you can list your skills like 4-5 skills, or if you have any certification that you've done, any additional. For example, I did TESOL, right? I did TESOL Business English. I did TESOL for teaching kids. I did advanced TESOL as well, right? So that you can put in this area, or as you can see in this one, in this template, you can put the key skills on the right. Ideally, putting it on the left or on the right is a good place in the resume. Okay, so these are the areas. You can also, some people can put it, right after their name and their phone number. But according to me, that place is more suitable for something that we will talk about in the next video. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video and you understood the difference between skills and abilities. Now we will meet again to talk about the third very important aspect of your resume, especially for freshers. So stay tuned for useful information related to professional English. Thank you for watching.